off into it. We're going to go downstream to some clearings down there using the raft so we don't get wet feet crossing the river, and the other boys have gone up. Still got an hour and a half till dark. We're kind of jumping the gun, but we'll just slowly float down, see how we go. It's a bit of shit. We've come down these clearings and the wind's blowing right up our bum, right into the clearings. I'm just hoping that it's swinging around as we go down and blowing downstream, but I don't think so. I think that wind's going to screw us tonight. We'll give it a crack anyway and see what happens. Well, we've got to here and the wind's kind of blowing downstream and a little bit upstream. We might be okay, I don't know. It's 50-50, so we're just going to sit here and wait till it gets a bit darker, and we're going to have a look up the side creek. Hopefully shoot one. Don't rate our chances because it's kind of, we need to go that way and the wind's blowing that way. And we've come from up there, so. This is Alex. And Doug. It's Doug. Just like that.
Just like that.
Shot. And that's how you shoot a deer. Right, we were going to give Alex a shot, but it saw us before I saw it, and then it looked over and saw us, so there wasn't really much time. And it was directly downwind from us. It's got to be a young one, but pretty sweet. There's one on the ground. We might even get another one in 10 minutes or so. This is a good little trick here if you don't have a meat bag. We've hung the carcass up in the tree and we've put its guts on the ground right next to it, and that more often than not will keep the flies off the carcass. I'll go straight for the guts and they won't touch the carcass. Textbook. The deer was right here. We were just over there in that little patch of trees. It's probably the coolest little shooting platform I've ever seen. It's unreal. It's just this little pocket of trees overlooking the river. It's perfect. That's one down. I reckon we might get another one just up around the corner here too. We've just seen 3 more on the other side of the river, but they're too far away for a shot. So we're going to sneak around here and see if we can bust one of these clearings ahead of us. We got 3 deer across the river, but they're too far away for a shot with the 45. 70 or whatever the hell we've got. Looks like 3 stags out feeding by the cattle. So we're just going to sneak along the edge of this clearing, see if we can find some over this side. Because they're just too far away for a shot from here. Well, if we can close the gap, we might be with a chance. Oh, it's going dark. And the deer ran away, so we're going back to camp. Have a cup of tea and a feed. Don't know how the other boys went, haven't had any gunshocks, but they're quite a way away. 2 stags and 1 yearling seen, or 1 2-year-old and 1 2-year-old on the deck. And now we've got to raft across the river and walk all the way back up to camp. It's going to take us a good hour, I reckon. Better crack into it.
Whew, that was hot.
We're back at camp and Weck has been slaving over a hot fire, getting us dinner ready while we've been out hunting. Is the pasta in there? Is it pasta sauce?
Yep.
And the pasta's about to go on.
Pasta's a bit.
That looks very precarious.
Bit of salt.
So here's a story for you. Boys are running a trip up the Landsborough River and the clients were all sitting around the fire watching them cook the pasta, and the boys lifted the pasta off the fire and tipped it all onto the ground in front of all the clients. And these weren't Kiwi clients who can handle the jandal, Kiwi hunter lads. These were top of the, very rich, where are they from?
I think they're Aussie actually.
Oh, they're Australian. Were they awfully well-to-do?
Yeah, well-to-do.
Well-to-do Australians, and they just tipped their food all over the ground in front of them. But luckily they saw the humour in it and the boys managed to salvage dinner. So it's not going to happen tonight.
Great.
Borrow your eyes, fella.
Oh no, mate.
Pretty leisurely morning today. A couple of the boys went for a walk, went for a nature walk. Carrying their guns, didn't see any deer. I think they scared them all away last night. They saw 6 deer last night. We saw 4. Maybe 4, shot 1, which we've still got to go get. Delicious breakfast of heart, bacon and eggs. Sausages, did anyone eat the sausages? No, I knew no one was going to eat the sausages. Why would you when you've got fresh deer heart and bacon? Why, indeed. But look at the glorious of the scenery and everything. You can't really. I'm going to put the drone up so you can see what it looks like.
Was here. I don't know where it's gone now.
Alex is just carrying that extremely heavy thing onto the raft so the viewer knows that we're packing up the raft and then we're going to go rafting. Yeah, that'll do. Someone drop it on the ground there, sweet as. You fellas get the picture. We're packing up the raft, camp's backed up, and now we're going rafting. We're not going rafting yet because we have to walk way down there, that big kakatea tree way down there, that's where the raft is, and we're going to do a spot of fishing on the way. And Wecker's going to load the raft up and see us down there. All right.
See you soon, Wagger.
Yeah, that's for lunch, boys.
Doug's got a few tangles going on. It's a bit windy, it's pretty hard to present the fly today, and we haven't seen a fish yet. We're just checking out this little side creek. There's plenty of deer sign around, but I think the trout might be in the main river. We've got another good little side creek to check out on the way down, so we'll pull in there and have a look around the corner and see if we can find some trout in there, because this main river, there's quite a lot of water in it at the moment, and it's quite windy, it's quite hard to see. We're just going to jump in our wetsuits, jump in the raft and float on down and maybe stop off at a few of the bigger pools and see if we can see some fish. Cruisy day today. Oh, one rapid to negotiate. One rapid. Pretty cruisy day, except for the one rapid. That might not be so cruisy. Here we go, snapper fisherman, first time on a fly rod. He's actually doing quite well. I take that back, he's not actually doing that well. He's getting the fly out, kind of getting the fly out there. Oh mate, I don't know if this will make the video. I think it's going to. Some good comment value there. I'm just going to pull back in the wide so you can see the grace and skill that Graham's displaying right now. It's a very graceful form of fishing, fly fishing, except when Graham's doing it, then it's kind of like a squirrel diving for freshwater mussels to eat. It actually looks like he's got weight on the end of that line. Yes, he just snuck a look this way, he looks guilty. I think this calls for a closer inspection. I suspect that our mate Graham has put a worm on the end of his fishing line. Excuse me sir, what would you be using for bait today?
Well, hopefully a worm.
Oh.
Prickly worm.
Oh, I see.
Yes, they're very good at catching browns.
There we go. So the boys were telling me he's an expert fisherman. He's definitely fishing smarter, and our suspicions were confirmed. There is a worm on the end of that fishing line. I can remember when Dad took me fishing, my first time fishing, up at Waikato Moana actually, and there was a whole bunch of browns cruising around the bottom of the wharf pilings, and he gave us zucchini for bait right out the front of the ranger station. And the reason he gave us zucchini is because he knew trout wouldn't eat zucchini, and we didn't have a license, he didn't have a license, and we weren't going to catch anything. And he even had words to the ranger and assured him that us kids weren't going to catch a trout because we were using zucchini. And the ranger said that sweet, turned a blind eye. It was so frustrating. That was my first attempt at fishing, and I've been hooked ever since. $48 skins.
You must be cracking them too hard, huh? The flies keep flying off.
Ah, yes. There's too much crack in Graham's technique. It's like he's flinging a stock hook round. He's trying to beat them to death. Wecker's got a bit of a load on there. Here we are going to get the animal. That's where we were last night, sitting in that little patch of trees. And this is where the deer was, walked right out of that grass. It was textbook, it was bloody awesome. I was just telling Paul how awesome it was. And Let's see if this keep the flies off trick has worked. Oh, so yeah, worked the treat. So far so good. No eggs on the fly. There's not a heck of a lot of flies here, but there was a few hanging around the gut bag there. I don't know what we're going to do tonight. We might just have to wrap it up in the tarpaulin and hang him up, but he's pretty chilled here. He's nice and cool. Should we get him to that raft, eh, boys? Perfect. Beauty, that was our line. We basically nailed it, made it look easy. Shit can go to custard quite quickly in this rapid. Actually, I've been pounded in my kayak and here at high flow. Right, there's our crew getting ready for Wecker to blast on down. Stuck on a rock. Alright, here he comes. Whoop, he's clipped another rock. It's pretty tight up in that entry. I think he's trying to back it up to hit that channel. Oh, he's got it broadside. Whoop, whoop, he's on. Whoa, 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 easy, Barry. There, whoop, he's almost turned to custard before he even got started there. Meanwhile, the team's looking on, taking a few photos. Oh, here he is, he's off. Is he gonna make that channel down? Oh, looking good, folks. Yep, that's kind of where he wants to be. Whoop, he's got a bit of backward sideways action. Oh no. There we go, that's a little bit better. Nice, nice. Whoa, whoa. Took a thrashing in the hole. One way of doing it. A bit of a bugger, the camera was rolling there. Yep, got that all on footage, sorry Wicks. Nice, all's well that ends well. Sweet as, basically nailed it. Actually a pretty hard line in the cataract, guys, because he had not much room to work with, and of course those big long oars sticking out the side and then clipping a rock at the top. Yes, we made it down without losing gear, that's what counts. No one got injured. Wecker got thrashed around a bit, but he's hard as nails. He'll be able to handle the jandal. Just downstream, we're going to go see if we can feed our pet eel, if he makes an appearance.
You can see the footage as it's filming it.
Oh, lunchtime.
You got a hickarangi one.
Yep, sweet.
There you go, all empty. You ready?
All ready.
That's why I'll go grab one more gear.
Okay.
That's the gun we scared that deer to death with last night, isn't it?
I flashed it.
What calibre is that?
45-70.
So what's going on now?
We're getting a pep talk here.
Yeah.
Or I am.
A pep talk?
Yeah.
On what?
Oh, I just thought he might get to use the old Leopold tonight, a couple of long shots. So he can lead the pack.
The Leopold? Don't you mean the...
Eliminator.
Eliminator?
Oh, yeah.
The Eliminator. Eliminate 3, isn't it?
Yep.
Actually didn't manage to eliminate any deer last night with it. Maybe tonight he'll eliminate a few.
Eliminated my ego.
How many you saw? 5, 6?
About 5, yeah.
About 5. About 5. Rumour
Probably
has
saw
it
the
that-
same one 5 times.
Yeah, the same one 5 times. That's what the word in the street is, but I reckon he's seen 5 deer. We've got one deer hanging up, it's really small. We need to shoot another one so we can fill the chili bin for these boys. Alright, we're into it. The sun's disappeared off the hills behind us. Evening glow started. We're going to cruise downstream and see if we can shoot one on the other side of the river. Our boys are chomping at the bit. They've been patiently waiting, like a bunch of excited school kids. Shoot him. See where that log is? It's just to the right of that log. It's still looking at us. We don't know if he nailed it. There was a few deer out there, started running after the shot. I'm pretty sure I heard a good thud. It wasn't a big whack, but there was a bit of a thud there, so hopefully Hopefully the Eliminator 3 pulled off. Did the shot feel good, bro?
Yeah, it did. Yep.
Sweet, so fingers crossed there's one down. We're just going to go watch Paul swim across and then we'll check out the other clearing. Here we are walking back. Saw 6 deer. 3 of them were actually, well, 6 or 7. 3 of them were running. Because Paul, I think he missed that first shot. The deer definitely did a bit of a dip, but I think it was just a reaction to the sound. None of us were convinced enough to wade across the river to go check anyway, so we'll go have a look in the morning, and the boys are going to go back to those clearings in the morning and see if they can have another crack. We did see some more deer downstream, but it was right on dark and it was really hard to pick them up in the scope. Not quite good enough for a confident shot, so boys made the call to leave and go back in the morning, and hopefully they'll still be there. But that moon's extremely bright. It's just coming up over the hill now. We're probably not far off a full moon. Maybe even tonight is a full moon. It's super bright. A rather hurried pack up this morning, so we didn't have time to get the coffee and the cereal and the yogurt and all the rest of it. But we're going to look for a deer now that may or may not be there. I think my lens is... Okay, here we go to see if Paul nailed his deer or not. Well, when we got here, the cupboard was bare, so it appears he hasn't shot his deer. Just have a little look up in that little gut there in case he's walked up into there. And pretty safe to say that he missed. No deer. So, a few deer seen. 6, 12, 14 deer seen and 1 deer in the ground. That's pretty good. That means there's plenty of deer next time we come up here.